Ministry of Electronics and IT has issued the first document towards the final deployment of DPDP Act 2023. And this is about consent, a business requirement document. In the next series of videos, we are going to talk about consent management as per the new document and how Indian businesses should be ready for it. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on privacy. And as I said, let's talk about the overview of the document that the Government of India, Ministry of Electronics and IT has released. So what is this document? Released by Ministry of Electronics and IT under Code for Consent. Right? They have defined what is the right code for obtaining consent. It's the business requirement document. How would the consent obtained? How would it be withdrawn? How would it be recorded? And how would it be used? How digital consent must be collected, managed, stored for long-term storage. First step, as I said, or an important step you can say, towards the final deployment or rollout of the DPDP Act. Because consent is the most important base of privacy. You need permission from the respective principal that you want to use his data or process his data. Who should care about it? Well, anyone who collects personal information becomes a fiduciary and has to care about it. Very simple. And any organization that operates a business collects personal information. The moment you start employing people, you collect their personal information. So you become a fiduciary for them. Whether it's a small, large, and we have had so many videos talking about aspects of handling DPOs and other things. But well, consent is a very important thing, and so you should be worried about or should look into how would you take care of the consent. Startups, edtechs, fintechs, legal organizations, IT organizations, user interface organizations, in the sense teams within the organization, they all need to work together now because the legal has to identify what is the exact requirement for those forms, user interfaces, and the IT has to get them created. Provide a robust backend so that the consent is stored for long term. Not being able to present the consent in case of a dispute or a grievance attracts fine. And actually not being able to show or demonstrate that you obtained a consent means you are processed without a consent, right? So simple. So failure to comply with consents, very heavy fines, 200 to 250 crore rupees in India. Huge value. What are the areas this document covers? It tells you how to capture a consent. It talks about the renewal of consent, the audit trails, the logging of consent. When it comes to audit trails, who has been accessing it? Right? Various dashboards of consent, because now you are expected to have a dashboard even provided to the user so that user can see what is happening with the consent here provided. What is the consent withdrawal? When does it expire? And do you have a verifiable parental consent? Right? Minors less than 18 years old, verify their age, and then go back to the parents and store a verifiable parental consent. It's an important topic that has been covered under this also. India's path toward global alignment. We are inspired by GDPR and other global privacy standards. So we are introducing a consent manager role, which is very important, which emphasizes on user control and transparency, should provide multilingual support because in any case in India, the businesses are spread across the country, right? And there are so many languages and dialects that the documents need to be prepared accordingly. DigiLocker and e-verification facilities need to be built in so that we are safe and are aligned with the global norms of data protection. Remember that even cross-border data transfer from any country to any country, the sending country, the source, should examine whether the destination follows global standards of data protection or not, right? So that's an important thing to handle from that point of view. What's coming up in this series of videos? We'll talk about the deep dives in the consent life cycle. We'll talk about the dashboards, the user interfaces, how children's data is expected to be handled now, what are the technical expectations from the business, and finally, what are the real world challenges and what is our readiness towards handling consent. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.